We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Insulin prices cut, more progress on nuclear fusion reactors, the investigation on Havana syndrome, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lupkin, and here's the news you need to know. A U.S. intelligence report concluded that the mysterious ailment known as Havana syndrome that has affected hundreds of U.S. diplomats, intelligence personnel, and other workers abroad was not caused by the actions of a foreign adversary. The assessment came after a years-long investigation by the CIA and other intelligence agencies to determine what was causing the ailments, which included headaches, other pains, and emotional distress. It first appeared in Havana, Cuba. Many of the people who suffered the traumatic, painful acoustic sensations believe they were targeted in deliberate attacks by Russia or another government. Eli Lilly and Company announced that it would cut the price of its most commonly prescribed insulin by 70% in the fourth quarter this year. The drug maker also said it would cap out-of-pocket costs for insulin at $35 per month for privately insured and uninsured diabetes patients, matching the new cap for Medicare recipients. The move came after President Biden pushed to extend the cap to most Americans, a change patient advocates have called for after reports that some diabetes patients were having to ration their medicine due to rising costs. Experts estimate that Eli Lilly's cap will help about 2 million people pay for the life-saving drug. SpaceX on Thursday successfully launched a Falcon 9 rocket with a 4-person Crew 6 capsule headed for the International Space Station on a mission for NASA. The autonomously operated Crew Dragon capsule, called Endeavour, is carrying 2 NASA astronauts, a Russian cosmonaut and a United Arab Emirates astronaut. The rocket's upper stage put the Crew Dragon into orbit, and the reusable lower stage Falcon booster returned to Earth and landed on a recovery vessel. Crew 6 is the SpaceX 6th operational crewed mission for NASA. Elon Musk's private spaceflight company also conducted a test flight, Demo 2, that sent 2 astronauts toward the ISS in May 2020. Researchers have sparked fusion in a reactor using an alternative fuel mixture that could make potential fusion power plants safer and easier to operate than those burning more conventional fuel. Most experimental fusion reactors use the hydrogen isotopes deuterium and tritium. But tritium is hard to come by, and that fuel combination produces high-energy neutrons that are hazardous to humans and damage reactor walls and components. Alternative fuel made of protons and boron generates no neutrons and produces only harmless helium, but requires a temperature of 3 billion degrees Celsius, 200 times the heat of the sun's core, to burn. Now, a team using a conventional fusion reactor in Japan, called the Large Helical Device, has reported seeing some fusion reactions at a lower temperature by using a powerful particle beam to accelerate the protons and help trigger the reactions. The work, reported this week in Nature Communications, is far from a practical fusion plant, but a fusion startup, TAE Technologies, which collaborated in the study, hopes to develop one using the fuel. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been asked to vacate their residence at Frogmore Cottage, a spokesperson for the couple confirmed on Wednesday. Harry, Meghan, and their 2 children live in Southern California and have used Frogmore Cottage as their home base during visits to the United Kingdom since stepping down from duties as senior members of the royal family. Frogmore is part of the Crown estate, and Harry's late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, gave it to them as their primary residence when they still lived full-time in England. In January 2020, when Harry and Meghan quit being working royals, they repaid the $3.2 million of taxpayer money that had been used to renovate the property. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.